Let's talk about streams. No, not pea streams, crab streams. So you're probably used to the stream on the bottom here. It's a pretty standard one. It's a 4-tick cloner, and so it sends out crabs with 3 spaces in between. Now you can also modify this. You can change the number of ticks. So let's try a 2-tick cloner, so very fast. There are only 2 different states the crab can be in. It's basically just this spot or this spot. So if it's here, 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 or here, there are 4 different possibilities. What if I invert it? And let's say I take a full stream like this and I delete every 4th crab. I'm still technically encoding the same information, it just looks different. And this is where we get inverted crab streams. So this down the bottom is a regular crab stream. It just encodes information in a single crab. This up here is an inverted crab stream, which means that everywhere where there is a space, there is information being stored. Now, the reason this came about, I will have to explain later in the video or even in a future video. But basically, we started with these cloners, which actually create an infinite crab stream, so they never stop. So as you can see, this is just crabs every single tick and it's completely full. So it stores almost no information. Okay, so now I've explained what an inverted crab stream is, what an infinite one is, and what a regular one is. So now, how do you make these? Obviously, to make the regular crab stream, you just use any cloner of your choice, however many ticks you want it to be. For an infinite crab stream, originally, you could only do it like this. This was the only structure that could make it. But just recently, I discovered that you can make one with only 2 blocks, a block and a crab. So this here is a merge block. It contains 4 blocks where it starts by cloning and that flips the crab around, and then the block flips it back around the correct direction, and then it uses an anti-rotator and a rotator to stay frozen in place. So essentially this crab is interacting with this block every tick, which means it's cloning every tick, and it's staying in exactly the same spot. So we've got a frozen crab using a merge block to generate an infinite crab stream. So pretty cool. So now to make an inverted crab stream, we have to put 2 streams together. So by getting 2 streams to sword fight, we'll end up with an inverted crab stream. So let's try one where we use a 4-tick cloner going directly into an infinite crab stream. Now what we're going to get is, if you think about it for a minute, this is producing a regular crab stream. It's going to annihilate each crab, but it's going to be every 4th crab. And that is exactly the opposite of a normal 4-tick cloner, as you can see. Not aligned the right way, but now you can see that they are inverses of each other. Okay, so why is this a useful thing to have? I'll just show one quick example of what you can do with one of these. Let's say I have a crab stream that I want to rotate or flip around. So it's a regular crab stream, nothing special about it, but let's say I want to rotate it down, but I just want to skip a tick, okay? I could use something like a merge block here to get it to go down immediately and clone like this. But another thing you could do is use an infinite crab stream. So if we have an infinite crab stream going down, the final result of this will be a crab stream going down, which is inverted. So now we can flip this back around by putting an infinite crab stream, say, facing to the right. And the result of an inverted crab stream and an infinite crab stream will be a normal crab stream going to the right. So this doesn't have many practical applications on its own, but combined with something else, it can be very useful. So I'll just go through a few ticks so you can see it a bit clearer. You can see that it's creating the inverted crab stream, and this empty space here is the only one that allows this stream to go through, and that's how it creates a normal crab stream again. So we can of course make this more compact. We can put it here even. It does the exact same thing. If you'd like, you can try and measure how quick it is if I just run through some of them. So you can see this crab here moves here and then moves down immediately and then moves to the right. So it's actually kind of shifting it down instantaneously. So there's no delay, there's no rotation, nothing like that. It's just going directly down. Okay, so I'm going to try to show you without explaining anything too complicated. I'm going to try to show you what these can be used for. So I've just loaded up a backup of another crab map. And what I want you to look at is this infinite crab stream here, this crab stream here, and something which I'm going to place here in a moment. So the first thing to notice is that the infinite crab stream is going to annihilate everything that it comes across, every crab, in any phase. So no matter the phase of this crab here, it's going to annihilate it. So if we press play, you can see that everything is annihilated. There's no way this can get anything past. So the good thing about that is it doesn't matter the phase of this crab. So if we have like 100 different phases that this can be in, we don't need to have 100 different cloners down here. We only need one, which is fantastic. So now what I can do is I can just remove this, as in like turn it off, and then this can go through. So if I hold right click, then the crab can now pass through at the top. So you can see it's passing through into this warp wire, and it's going to do whatever else it needs to do. So how do we actually turn off an infinite crab stream with crabs? Well, have a look at this. If we go down here and make another one of these, I'll make it facing the same direction. Okay, so this is an infinite crab stream. Now, if we put just a regular 2-tick cloner onto the side of it, notice that it removes half of all of the crabs. So all you need really is the other side of that. You need the other half. And that's all it takes to turn off an infinite crab stream. So up here, what I want to happen is you can think of this like an on switch. When I turn it on, I want this to turn off, and therefore I want this crab to send its information through the warp wire. So I'm going to put in here a crab to turn on the 2-tick cloner. And that's going to put a crab down here. It's going to clone downwards, it's going to rotate right, clone out this way, and then it's going to rotate another crab down here and intersect here. So hopefully, now I've already made this, I know that it works, but if you're making this on your own, you would hope that they line up, and if they don't, then you either clone again or rotate more or do something to delay the crab. In this case, they line up, and so I'm going to let it go through, and you'll see that, as I said, there are 2 streams of crabs coming out of this, and this is going to annihilate half. So you can see half of them are gone, and this is going to annihilate the other half. And in the end, this has been turned off. Now, if we go up here, the crab can send its information through. So basically this is a switch that you turn on manually, and then that's the computer turning on. And so it signals that this can stop doing what it's doing, this information can go through, and now the computer can do what it's programmed to do. And that's the whole thing. So that is one practical use of an infinite crab stream. Also notice that this is a really long cloner. Like, it has a lot of different states in it. And that's because of something that I will explain in a future video, where basically cloners store way more information than just 2 states. This one stores 16 states. But anyway, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.